Welcome to another edition of How to Fix It Yourself with Dave and Dave. Today we're going to be working on the 2001 Pathfinder again. Every once in a while something goes really weird with a part on these older cars, and you have to kind of get a little bit creative in terms of what you're going to do. So I've seen people be very creative with the fix that we've done today, but I don't agree with that particular creative fix. Here's the problem. The latching mechanism is completely gone. It doesn't latch up like it should. It kind of has a little bit of a dent there where it kind of holds, but at freeway speeds it'll be flopping all over the place. So it's clearly a safety issue. Now some people take just black tape or other types of tape and just wrap it around and just lock it in place. And that kind of works, but that's kind of a kludgy one. So we're going to actually replace the mirror itself today. So we're going to have to go in, pull the inner door panel, and get into this area right here where we can now take and separate off the old mirror and put in the new mirror. So this is the part we're going to replace, or use to replace the old mirror with this. Now, you can get all kinds of aftermarket mirrors. I was not able to get an actual Nissan mirror, but those are horribly expensive. This one ran for a set of left and right combined. They ran about 120 bucks. And this is from a well-known brand. Now, when you do go for these, you'll notice that this has got a very shiny look to it. You can buy two different versions from some manufacturers, not all of them. This particular manufacturer only does the polished, and what they're called is paintable. So if you're looking at the description and it says paintable, you're going to get a real polished look on your mirror, on the plastic of the mirror. Otherwise, so it's going to be more of a matte finish like this here if you get one that says matte finish. Now, the one that's on the car, I can't quite tell whether the whole thing originally was a matte finished or not, but it's baked in the Arizona sun for so many years that it could have well been a polished plastic that's just deteriorated, you know, and gotten all UV'd, or they could have actually been a matte finish. But we're going to go with this one. It was a good price, a good brand, and I think it's a better quality than some of the other ones. So look around. You can get them on Amazon and other places and that. Just be sure you get a good quality one. So in order to take the old mirror off, we've got to get into this part of the door and into this. So clearly the inner liner here has to be taken out. Now we've done other videos on that, so we're not going to do that today. Fundamentally, you've got a screw down in here, screw here. You've got to pop off this this panel right here that has the switches on it, and then there's a bunch of frame clips that go all the way around. You need to take those off carefully. Again, we're not going to show that right now on this because we've already done it on other videos, but that at least gives you a quick overview of what needs to happen in order to be able to get at this part here. After we get the door panel off, this piece just snaps off. It sits right in there. It has just a couple of little clips there and there. Now it does have a screw hole for a screw, but there was never a screw in this to begin with from the factory. You can see it's never been used, so we'll not put a screw in there. But you just have to be careful to pop this off so as you don't break off those clips. Once you get that done, then you have your cable harnesses that you need to disconnect down in here, and this is going to be the telling area as to whether you've got the right mirror or not, is how the wire harnesses are coming from the mirror down into this area. So once you get the clips removed, then it's just a matter of taking out these three bolts and it will slide right out. So we'll just go ahead and take out those bolts. And personally, I like to keep the plastic in place as much as possible. It keeps the goo from getting all over everything. and it makes it so that the plastic doesn't get ripped and torn up any more than it has to.
Here's where the and Dave come into effect.
There you go. So now that we've taken the old mirror off the car, we discovered that it had two connectors on it. And so I had pre-ordered a mirror that was supposed to work with the car. And if you remember, this has this kind of a problem. The spring clip tensioner is totally dissolved. So this is the mirror that I ordered and I got, but it has a problem. You notice it only has a single connector. And so as I dug into it, it turns out that this particular model, the 2001 Pathfinder, has a half-year changeover, and the number of items changed over at half year. And so this fits some 2001 Pathfinders, but it doesn't fit this particular one. So I had real trouble trying to find the mirror that would work, and I couldn't find a brand new one, so I finally had to go with a used one, but I got a pretty good used one. So we picked up this mirror. It looks pretty good. I cleaned it up a little bit. It's got a few palm prints on it right now. But the important part is it's got the double connector that we need. So you want to make sure that when you order your parts, especially on models that have gone through a half-year modification, that you make sure you get the correct part. Put a little silicone grease around the rubber seal so it'll seal up a little nicer, and the rubber will go ahead and moisturize because it's a silicone seal. Now it's just a matter of dropping the cables down into the frame of the car and setting the mirror in place. So we're going to put the first screw in, which I recommend you do the top screw. We fed the wires down to the door, and then we put the screws. Now these are machine screws, be aware of. So you got to be sure you match that up and put the machine screws back in. They don't have a torque spec on these, which is unique. Almost everything that a Nissan puts out has a torque spec. So you got to remember you're turning a machine screw into a plastic machine thread, not a wood screw or a plastic screw thread. So you've got to be careful that you don't want to strip it out. So I can't give you a torque spec on that, but if you just be gentle and just keep tightening them until they all look nice and solid. And when you wiggle the mirror, you don't get any movement. So I'm not getting any movement on the top one. I'm not getting any movement on the bottom one. But the one on the back is still just wiggling just a little bit. So I'm going to just give that just another half turn here. And that looks like that's down nice and solid. All right, so the mirror's on. Seems to be nice and solid. It opens up. It closes up. It latches into place, nice and solid. So now we'll hook up the electrical and make sure that the electrical works. So the colors actually match. So the brown goes to brown, the gray goes to gray. You'll need to turn it to make sure that the clip goes into that spot right there. Then it's just a matter of, come on, sliding it in until it clicks. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to see through my hand because I gotta have a little support on these when I put them together. So that one, come on, get in there. There it goes. Okay, so they're in. This one slipped out of its little holder back there, so you can just slide it back in. It's just a little slide clip that holds that in place. All right, so the big question is, does the mirror move like it's supposed to? Oh no, it moves. It's alive. It's alive. All right, we got movement in all directions. All right, so now we'll just put the door back together again, and of course get the plastic all put up and sealed off there properly. We've got other videos that shows how to take the door interior off and put it back on. You might look at those if you need a little help. I suggest you look for the ones that have to do with the window runners. I think those are the ones where we show the full takedown on the door. Mirrors are no big deal in the long run. Very few manufacturers make their own mirror. They always buy them from some mirror manufacturer. They may have some little tweak to them one way or the other. So usually you can find an aftermarket mirror for a lot of cars. The cars you can't, you'll have to get a used mirror. The mirror that we showed you earlier with the single clip, you can get that from Nissan directly, which is the one I did have. But I noticed you can also get the one with the single white clip from Dorman and a lot of other places like that. So, you know, they shouldn't be too hard to find. So go ahead and do it. You've got a good guideline as to how to do it for your car. They're all very, very similar. And we'll appreciate you coming by. Thank you for your time and your support. Please hit the like button and subscribe. We appreciate the support.